Love this podcast? Support it and sponsor today. Simply head to auscastnetwork.com for details.
In a world where everyone says hello,
they dare to say,
g'day.
Yeah, g'day.
Yeah, good day.
Yeah, g'day. Yes. Good day. Yeah.
G'day.
G'day. Yeah. G'day. Yeah. Yeah. Good day.
Wow, wow.
Yeah.
good day.
G'day. Hey. Yeah. G'day. Yeah. G'day, Tim.
Yeah, g'day, Leon.
Yeah. G'day, everyone.
Yeah, g'day, everyone.
Welcome to Yeah. G'day, the Complete Guide to Australia. That's it.
That's it.
That's all I got.
Hello.
I am ready for this. I've had 4 Weet-Bix
Yum.
at 3 o'clock because that was lunchtime after being at work today.
I had a Vegemite and cheese sandwich.
We're so Australian.
Yummo.
Fueled.
Yeah.
Got fuel, got fire, got everything that I desire. I think
Life.
that's the Metallica song.
Something.
Not in those, obviously I paraphrase.
No. No.
As the Complete Guide to Australia, we've taken it upon ourselves to share with the world the things
That happened here.
that happen in Australia.
That we have here.
If you didn't get that from the first subline, we don't want your kind around here.
Or from all of the previous episodes that we do have that do indicate as such.
We don't take too kindly to stupid people. So get out.
Yeah, that's pretty true, actually.
This week we're going to talk about an animal.
Yeah.
As we have seen recently, many people have been dying due to cassowaries, which again, I will state, don't have them in captivity.
Yes. Don't get in the cage with them.
That's a pretty good rule of thumb.
Yeah, if you must have them in captivity, don't get in the cage with them, for God's sake.
They're not the kind of pet that you actually pet.
Yes. They're dangerous. They're dinosaurs.
They're an observational animal. So this week we're going to talk about another kind of bird, the Brolga.
Yes. Lesser known and a lot less aggressive,
Feared.
I think. I don't know that much about them, but we'll find out.
Everyone will know so much more about them when we're done with our completely comprehensive guide.
Yeah. No, it's
The
the Brolga. It's a common gregarious wetland bird species. Tropical southeastern Australia. Also lives in New Guinea. So,
Oh, well, we can't do it then.
no, we have to. We're going
in
to have to
2
cancel
places.
this episode. What does it look like? I'll tell you.
A bird.
Yeah, if I'll paint a word picture.
Wings.
Tall. It's got a large beak. Long, slender neck.
Sounds like my ex-girlfriend, eh?
Okay, she had a beak.
I dated a bird.
Stilt-like legs. Legs similar to stilts. not
Vivid.
unlike stilts.
Oh, those legs? No, they're stilt reminiscent.
Fuck, they're very similar to stilts, aren't they? The 2 sexes, of which there are 2 for this particular type of bird. Sex and gender are different, though.
They are.
Indistinguishable in appearance, but sometimes the females are smaller,
Oh.
which I would say makes them distinguishable.
Yeah, there is no way to distinguish between them aside from the difference in colour.
Yes. The adult has grey-green skin-covered crown. So they wear a crown so much that the skin on their head covers it.
Yuck.
Quite gross. They also, the face, cheeks, and throat pouch also featherless and bright red.
This bird is gross.
Yes, delightful. Birds are gross in general, I have found.
So-
The gular pouch, which I think is the under mouth pouch, is particularly pendulous in adult males.
The gula.
Got a lot of bristles.
Trying to grow a
Beak,
beard.
greenish grey, very long and slender. Wing feathers are black and grey often.
A lot of grey in this bird.
The-
Bit of green,
The thing about these birds is they're quite grey.
a bit of green, something red. They're also bald by the sound of it.
If you've ever seen a crane,
Yes.
imagine one that's grey.
Yeah, imagine one that speaks an Australian accent.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is a species of crane as well.
I believe it was dubbed by someone as the Australian crane
yes.
rather than the Brolga.
Brolga. So a full-grown Brolga can reach height of 0.7 to 1.3 metres.
See, that's not as,
It's not as
that's
big
not
as you
impressive,
think it
is
would be.
it?
It's not as big as you think it would be.
No, it's just like a.
But as far as wetland birds go, that's pretty big.
Oh yeah, like that comes up to like my waist or something.
Yeah. I mean, I would be pretty terrified if it started trying to attack me.
Oh yeah.
It's big enough for me to be like, fuck off if it tried to attack me. Wingspan 1.7 to 2.4 meters. I'm not giving inches.
That's big. 2.4 meters is a big wingspan.
Yeah. 5'7" to 7'10" inches for those in America.
Is
that's the wingspan.
5'10" to 7 foot. What?
Between 5'7"
Oh.
and 7'10".
I can't do maths.
I don't
Ever.
know what that means. Average adult male, slightly less than 7 kilos.
Okay.
Females averaging less than 6. Around 6.
All right. Again, there does seem to be a difference between the two.
It appears there is a difference, yes. Mostly in North and Northeast Australia, especially Northeast Queensland, but are common as far south as Victoria. But predominantly on the east coast, it seems. Also, some rare vagrants in New Zealand. It refers to them as vagrants, which is
vagrants.
an interesting way to
Get
talk
back
about them.
here.
And northern parts of Western Australia, apparently you can see some. And New Guinea, as we mentioned. Non-migratory. But do move to different areas in response to seasonal rains and drying, which once again, I would argue, indicates some form of migration and thus renders them migratory birds.
Whoever wrote this Wikipedia article needs to work on what they are.
I mean, if you observe if migratory is like going very far, then no, they're not.
No.
But they do move in a migratory pattern
Yes.
due to weather events.
Yes.
So they're migratory.
They're not birds, but they have feathers and wings and they fly.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's not a bird.
No, it's these are not related to birds.
They're Australian cranes.
The legs are similar to stilts,
but not a stilt.
But they are not a stilt.
They're Australian. I'm trying to see if I can get crane in there, but I can't. Australia crane? No. Come back to me. Crane Australian.
We won't be coming
Maybe
back to that. So they're gregarious creatures. Basic social structure. They either live in pairs or a small family group. So they live together, which is
much like a family.
Quite similar.
But
a family of stilts.
You mean a pile of sticks? That's a family of stilts.
They're omnivorous. They forage in wetlands and saltwater marshes, which is where they seem to live predominantly. Tear up the ground with their powerful beaks, searching for bulbs and edible roots. So that's good. They also eat seeds, insects, mollusks, crustaceans, frogs, and lizards. Yeah,
I'd be pretty terrified if I was a frog and this gregarious,
stilt-legged,
non-migratory
grey.
Hey, quick question for the audience: what's the word gregarious mean? No, I'm asking for them, not for me.
Yeah, I imagine it means something that when you click on it and find it, you find out.
Remember, Tim's the writer. Everyone.
I think it has something to do with.
Gregarious is the calendar that we base everything on, isn't it?
Yeah, it is actually. That's right on the money. I'm going to have to look this up.
Oh, no. Sorry, I've derailed the entire flow of the podcast.
Yeah.
We always get quoted on how good the flow is of this show. No pauses, no stilted speech. Stilted speech.
Fond of companies. Sociable.
I would never have guessed that.
That's what I thought it would mean, but I wasn't 100% and I didn't want to sound stupid, but now I have sounded stupid.
I was going to say, we both sound stupid.
I didn't know what it said.
I was picturing it, because of the airiest sound at the end, I was picturing like boisterous, so I thought gregarious meant like kind of over the top. But it doesn't. Not even close.
No, not at all.
All Gregs.
Here's something interesting. Brolgas are monogamous.
But they do have multiple partners.
But they fuck a lot. Usually bond for life. Though new pairings may follow a fatality of one individual. So if one of them dies...
that fits. They're constantly killing each other so they can find new partners.
What? Yeah. I'm with you. Sorry. Didn't sink in. So how you can tell a bonded couple is they will often call synchronously together.
So like when I call my mum and she's like, I was just thinking about you. Is that what you mean?
Something like that. I think they make noise at the same time, which the female initiates. She stands with her wings folded, beak pointed toward the sky, amidst a series of trumpeting calls.
Which is what I was listening to on the couch.
Yeah.
It was horrific.
It's not a good sound.
It's very upsetting, but boy, does it turn them on.
Yeah. They have ritualized, very intricate mating dances, apparently, as well.
A lot of hopping.
A lot of what, sorry?
Hopping. They do a lot of jumping in it.
Yeah, they pick up grass and toss it in the air.
Yeah.
Jumps a meter into the air, stretching its neck and jumping all around and all this weird stuff like that.
It seems like the kind of video that if I had any kind of skill, if I put it with the song Jump Around, it would be quite funny, quite humorous,
please don't steal
gregarious if I'm using that correctly.
You're not. I don't think that's correct at all.
Quite stilt-like.
The babies are born precocial, which I do know what that means. It means that they're born basically able to do everything. So human babies are not precocial.
No.
They're
precocious.
Yeah, sure.
What does that word mean? I don't know. We're starting a podcast so we find out what words mean.
It means that they're ready to go. Human babies, obviously we have to look after them for a very long time. Yeah. What can they do? What can they contribute to the house?
What do they do for society?
Apart from stinky shit and screaming.
That's what I do. I'm shit.
They produce a single brood each year, usually 2 eggs, maybe one, sometimes 3.
With a side of bacon.
This is not that interesting. These birds, the most interesting thing about these birds, apart from their grey and stilt legs, is that they're monogamous, because that's quite common in the bird world, actually. I think.
So when you say they're interesting... No, what's interesting about them is that they're the largest flight bird in Australia.
They are the biggest flight bird in Australia.
Which is obviously we have, as we know from Australia, all our birds are flightless, which means that a bird that is 1.3 meters tall is like, I am the largest flight bird. And the cassowary is like, hey, look at me.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't fly though. You're huge.
Yeah, I'm very big. The Brolga.
The Brolga.
I was going to call it the Brogden for a second.
Yeah, we should post videos of them dancing, because that's it is quite cool.
And when you're watching it, just imagine that I've put Jump Around to it.
Yeah, sync it with your own drum.
I'm not going to.
Turn on Spotify. I don't know if it's on Spotify.
What if Jump Around's on Spotify?
I imagine it would be.
Surely it is. Although sometimes
some artists don't put stuff on there.
Is Taylor Swift on there again?
I don't know.
She brought out a new song. I was on there trying to find Ida Maria's I Like You So Much Better When You're Naked. Not on there. A cover was on there, and I'm like, I don't want the cover. Other music of Ida Maria was on there, and I was like, this is like her number one
Why is that one song not on?
And that's Spotify. Brolga Spotify. I don't know if I've ever seen a Brolga. They look familiar because they are... Is it their Queensland's native bird or whatever it is?
Yeah, I think they're on the thingo.
Yeah, Code of Queensland Arms
Code
or
of
something.
Queensland.
Code of Conduct.
Yeah, I think they wrote the Constitution, technically.
Oh, they're sticklers for rules.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I've ever seen one, but if they're wetland birds, though, there's a lot of wetlands on the beaches.
Well, how much time have you spent in wetlands?
Fair bit, actually.
I've spent
one
some
particular
time,
wetland.
But I don't know if I've ever seen Brolga. I've seen spoonbills and things like that, but not...
I'm always fascinated by the swamp hen. Is a swamp hen an Australian animal? Because I really want to talk about
river chicken?
Yeah.
Yeah. They go by many names, but we all know what we're talking about.
Except
they're those black birds with the red on them.
Yeah. Why is it that every bird in Australia is just a something chicken? Like the ibis is the bin chicken. You got your bin chicken, your river chicken, your flightless chicken. Swamp hens are, because they're one of the ones that can displace water somewhat. I think can kind of walk on, they can walk on lily pads or whatnot, which is always bonkers.
Oh, really?
I think so. I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen them do it, but they've told me they can.
Magic birds.
They're gregarious.
River chickens.
Again, if I'm using that
they're
correctly.
not gregarious.
But the Australian crane, the Brolga, or the flight emu, as we call it.
Big old flight bird.
I've definitely seen pictures of it. Yeah, when I looked at it, I was like, I know that. But Brolga is such a yucky name, though.
It is a gross name.
Brolga. Sounds like the name of a character from Round the Twist. Bronson's girlfriend, Brolga.
Brolga. That's a good episode. We could write that.
Bronson and Brolga. We've already written it. That's all there is. He dated a nice woman. I'm sure he could date a bird.
He did. He kissed a ghost once as well.
They did a lot of sexual stuff around the Twist.
Yeah.
Anyway. So that's it for the Brolga.
That's everything
If you see one, Call it gregarious and see what it does. Oh, go! Don't you ever call me gregarious in front of my? Don't you talk to me or my son ever again?
No. It means sociable, mate.
Yeah. Oh, very sociable.
I guess so. Yeah, I guess so.
I don't know. What do you say, Linear?
Good point, actually. Yeah.
Starts trumpeting. Tim, to stop me from trumpeting like a Brolga, I've got a dad advice for you.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Here it is, written in Google Notes. Google Keep Notes. I'm trying to use that now. It's a little bit different.
I don't know what that is, but sure.
It's just a note-keeping thing made by Google.
Fantastic.
Yeah, good day. Sponsored by Google. And by sponsored, I mean they're listening to every word we say.
Yes.
Dear Tim and Leon, I need your help. Mm-hmm. I've been trying to work it all out on my own, but I'm stuck.
Okay.
Here's my question. How do I write a dadvice? I've always wanted to write into the show and ask for help, but now that it has come to it, I'm stuck.
Right.
What do I ask about? What kind of dadvice do I need? I just have no idea how to write a dadvice or where to send it.
Right.
So if you could help me, that'd be great.
Okay.
Anyway, thanks for making this show. From Rory.
Rory, what you've not realised is the dadvice was in your heart all along.
If you need a dadvice enough, the dadvice will come to you.
Yeah.
Rory, I don't know where that question came from on a deep spiritual level.
Yeah. How do you write a dadvice?
There are categories of dadvice.
Yeah.
What do we go to dads for? Advice, number one. That's what you can ask for.
That's the predominant category. There's one category, it's advice.
Often advice is given without even asking for it.
Often it's given without asking for it.
Typically the route that you'll be taking to get to any one location.
Yes. Sometimes you won't even say anything about anything and it will be offered to you nonetheless.
Sometimes you breathe in and then get told how to get home. You'll get told about your car. You'll get told about the best route to go for your car.
Yeah.
You might get told how to carve meat properly, how to cook meat properly.
Yeah.
That anything that is burnt is just extra flavour.
This is factual.
That charcoal's good for you. It cleans out your inside.
Yeah.
What other advice can you ask for? Help with the dating pool, and then go against whatever they say.
Yes.
Unless they say be nice to the person, then they might be onto something.
Yeah.
How to, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's all very gender normed, is what I did there.
Yeah, I'm not...
I do apologise.
I don't know, mate. I think...
I've never written a dadvice myself.
No, I've never written one, so I'm not sure what you would ask.
They're always sent in. You should ask our listeners, because they're the ones sending them in.
Yeah, I guess you could ask how to write a dadvice, but I guess that's what you've done.
The format for a dadvice is address the people. So Dear Tim and Leon seems to be common, or sometimes Dear Leon and Tim, depending on the flavour of the month. Then either a lead-in that tells us a little bit about who you are, or not. Question.
Or there's got to be at least one question.
One question is good. 2 is okay. 3 is too much.
Yes.
Which you've written 3 on that.
We will not answer 3 questions.
We'll answer 2.5 tops. Then you maybe give a little bit of extra information, a little bit of a postscript or some such. Then you tell us how good we are.
Yeah.
Thank us for the show. Talk about a tour we might have coming up, anything like that.
It's probably the most important part of the dadvice.
And then sign off.
Yep. With a name that we would find pretty Australian.
Yeah, and a name that is synonymous with yours.
But hopefully not one that's been used before.
No. Like Rory.
We'd prefer your name to be something that wasn't a name of somebody else previously.
Yes, and hopefully not of any of your friends, because then it becomes a thing. That's how you write dadvice.
Interesting.
So, Rory, I look forward to, in 2 weeks' time...
You getting...
When you get a dadvice in, that's a real question.
Fantastic. Rory will be waiting.
Can't wait to help you. The most important thing...
Yep.
Hey, I've got an idea for next episode instead of damper.
Okay.
Because the most important thing that's happened recently is how Scott Morrison shit his pants in a Macca's.
He did shit his pants.
So, you know how we're going to do that other thing? Maybe we could do that instead.
A whole episode on how Scott Morrison shit his pants.
That article was very comprehensive. No, we might not do an episode on it.
We've pretty much covered it now.
Yeah.
Well, all you need to know is the Prime Minister shit himself in a McDonald's.
Years ago. Not too many years ago, but years ago.
Recent enough for you to be like, Really?
Now, here are the important bits of information. It was in Sydney.
Yep.
It was after a Cronulla Sharks, and I forget who else the other team was. And I think it was the preliminaries. It was before the final or something like that of the rugby league.
Yep.
It wasn't the Maccas closest to the stadium.
Okay.
Which is why they think it's more of a targeted attack, because there was a KFC nearby, but the KFC did close earlier. The Maccas was still open.
Oh, they think he shit himself on purpose?
In that specific Maccas. 'Cause I think it was also like he was heading back home to Canberra or something like that.
Right.
It sounds like he shit out of spite.
Okay.
It sounds like it was an anger shit because his team lost.
It's a weird way to react to it, but fair enough.
People also talk of the amount.
A lot.
A lot is the answer.
Okay.
There is an article which I think I did post in the group already, and hopefully you read it. It is one of the best pieces of journalism I've ever read, because throughout it, number one, they'll regularly just be like, remember he shit his pants. Like, they'll just give you a reminder. But they use the term shitted with 2 Ds, which is that he shit his pants.
Shitted his pants.
He shitted. So no matter what's going on in your life, remember that our current Prime Minister, who is not great, which is an understatement, he did shit himself less than, I think it was, it's only been like 10 or 15 years ago or something like that. And it's a known thing.
At a football game because his team lost? Or
after the football game, on the way home
at
in
a
a Macca's.
Who was he aiming it at?
I don't know. I don't even know what he thought he was going to achieve. Maybe he was absolutely munted.
Yeah.
That's hopefully the explanation.
It's not any better, though.
No, he's a bad, bad man.
He's not a good person. We have an election coming up, so that
Hooray!
Fuck that guy.
I'll be voting for any party that references the shitting.
Yeah.
The shitting.
That'll be my first question of all candidates.
Yeah.
Did you shit your pants?
Second question. What are you going to do for the environment? But yeah, so anyway, that's an important thing to know. We won't do a whole episode on it because it would just be us saying the word shitting for 20 minutes.
Shitted his pants.
I think that's everything so far. The Patreon for April will be late. Some would say it will come out in May. Both Tim and I are at a busy time in our lives.
It's a busy time.
I have 7 days a week worth of work for, I think, the next 4 weeks.
Wonderful.
Because extracurricular activities are important.
And I'm starting a life socially, meeting people.
Oh.
Yeah, no,
we didn't talk about this.
It's very weird.
I didn't approve that.
No.
Your social life is in this house. That's why we live together.
So that's been interesting for me.
Yeah,
and work is also very busy.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, no, you could do that. So, yes, apologies for any kind of sporadic releases, but definitely the Patreon will be late because I don't have time this week.
Fair call.
As always, I'd like to thank Teylor Smirl for our wonderful cover art.
And Curtis Fernance, Fern Tree Music. If there's something I can tell you about him, it's that he did not shit his pants at a McDonald's.
Oh,
so
no.
vote him in for Prime Minister.
Not at McDonald's, but if I know Curtis, he's shit himself.
Okay.
As have I. So I can never be Prime Minister. Or I can be Prime Minister.
It seems like that's the prerequisite.
It seems like that's the thing that ticks the box. Make sure you follow us on social media at G'day Podcast, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. If you manage to grab hold of a box of mermaid Fruit Loops that are available in Aldi and Costco, I believe, could you let me know which one you got it at? Or could you send them to me so I can send them to to Dan Grabert from Empty Bowl that we've talked about before? And seriously, I've gone down a deep path where I've decided to read every single article on the Serialously website.
Right.
Whether it's the review, the news, or whatever it is about cereal. There are 83 pages and there's about 5 to 7 articles per page, and I'm going to read them all.
Okay, fair enough.
As always, I'm shouting out to Empty Bowl. I just like cereal podcasts.
Yeah, no.
And Serial, the podcast, also good.
First season's quite good.
Yeah, not after that. Anyway, sorry, that was a bit of diversion, but if you do see that Serial, I've been hunting it down. As always, yeah, g'day, Tim.
Yeah, g'day, Leon.
Yeah, g'day, everyone.
Yeah, g'day, everyone. Catches on the flippity flop.
Love this podcast? Support it and sponsor today. Simply head to auscastnetwork.com for details.